Evening folks, Necro here, and this is my vlog about musicals and films. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now this is going to be a bit of a rant. I've got to be honest, this is going to be a bit of a rant. I'm a huge musical fan. I could go through every musical that I love, and I did do that as a video, but it just rambled on and on and on. So what I've decided to do is try and focus on some very specific ones that I love and things that have annoyed me about the film adaptations. Oh God, I've wanted to talk about this for a long time. So yes, I'm a musical buff, I would class myself as. I love musicals. I've probably seen between 20 to 30 in total, something like that. And I would class some as being soft opera, because I do actually come from a very musical family. And I have, my mum was an opera singer, my dad was an opera singer, a lot of my family members were. I didn't really get any of the musical gifts. I love music, and I do listen to music a lot, obviously, and I sing a lot, and I try and play my harmonica a lot, but I wouldn't say I particularly got the musical gift. But regardless, folks, what I'm talking about is musicals being made into films. Now, my sort of top 5 in order, just to name a few, would be, this is the actual musical, the concert versions, the real versions. I love Phantom, Les Mis, Sweeney Todd, Rent, Avenue Q. There's loads that I love. There's loads and loads and loads. But focusing specifically, let's take Les Mis. Les Mis, the film version. Now, for any of you who have watched the 10th anniversary concert of Les Mis, you will know that performance, the performances in that version cannot be beat, I don't feel. I'm just going to zone in on one particular character, Javert, who is actually my favourite character in the show. I love Javert because I'm not going to give any spoilers away, but he's not a hero, but he's only trying to do his job. You know, and I just got a lot of respect for the guy. If you are at the 10th anniversary concert and you watch the amazing Philip Quast sing as Javert, oh my freaking God, you will be blown away. He is fantastic. If you look for Philip Quast singing Stars from Les Mis on YouTube, I guarantee you listen to how he performs that song. It is phenomenal. Now, you go and watch the film version and you get Russell Crowe trying to frickin' sing. I looked at through the window there because my neighbour looked at me as I was talking to a camera. He often gives me a funny look when I'm doing this. Russell Crowe trying to sing. Russell, I like you as an actor, dude. Don't try and sing. It's just embarrassing, man. And the film, the Les Mis film, I did enjoy it. Don't get me wrong, I really did. But it tries too hard to try and outdo the stage play, to outdo the musical and things. Now, don't get me wrong, Anne Hathaway, she was pretty damn good, I have to admit. You know, she was. I mean, I know she got a lot of sort of positive praise from it. And don't get me wrong, some of the images that the film brought in were amazing, but I still felt really a bit let down by it. But it was Russell Crowe that spoiled it for me, because I like him as an actor, but Philip Quast would have destroyed him. Then again, I suppose I'm being too panicky in that really it's, you know, the film version isn't for musical buffs. It's to try and bring it to the mainstream, maybe. And maybe I've missed the ship on that, I don't know. But all I know is that Philip Quast is an amazing performer. And unfortunately I was really annoyed with Les Mis when it got made into a film. Now, the next one, Sweeney Todd. Probably out about 7 years ago now. Mr. Johnny Depp. Johnny, I love you, dude. I think you're a fantastic actor as well. You can't sing, mate. And I can't sing either. But Sweeney Todd is easily one of the greatest and probably one of the darkest musicals I've ever seen. I followed it on tour at one point, so I saw it probably about 10 times, I think, at one point. At one point, how many times can I say at one point? At one point. Fantastic show. One point. I mean, it's got some very, very clever songs in it. For example, Have a Little Priest. If you've never heard that song done properly, it's very clever, the wording, the lyrics in that. It really is. It's very, very clever. Film version. For me, it spoilt it, really. I mean, Tim Burton, fantastic director, but come on, Tim. You know, maybe I'm just being too panicky. Maybe I am, but it was nothing in comparison to the musical. What annoys me is that if people watch these musicals, the film versions, sorry, then they're gonna think that they're only getting part of how awesome it is, you know? The musical and the stage shows are just so amazing. I mean, the best one I can advise for you to watch, if I look like I'm concentrating, I'm picking my finger. Hold on. Okay, all done. I had to bite a bit of skin off. That sounds really horrible. Never mind. So, regardless, folks, you know, again, Tim Burton, you're cool, man, but Johnny Depp can't sing. Helena Bonham can't really sing. Although I do give her credit, she did play, I think, quite well, Mrs. Lovett, which is a very fun role to play, so I'm told. But if you really want to watch in my opinion, one of the sort of best versions of Sweeney Todd you're going to get, I've got this on DVD. It's actually, I believe, it's an American production, and it's a concert version. And if you watch it, I believe parts of it are on YouTube. It's got George Hearn playing Sweeney Todd, and it's got Patti LuPone playing Mrs. Lovett. Now, Patti LuPone got a lot of, I would say, flack for the way she played Mrs. Lovett, but I freaking loved her as how she played her. Patti LuPone played it as an American Mrs. Lovett, and it's set in London. But she brought so much of that role, that kind of flirty, sexy, cheeky, evil Mrs. Lovett. It's a fantastic performance. And George Hearn as Sweeney Todd, you can't beat him. You really can't. There was also another fairly good version with Angela Lansbury, I believe, as Mrs. Lovett, which I didn't particularly like as much, but still worth a watch. George Hearn is the Sweeney Todd, though, in my book. He really is. You can't go wrong with it. And as I say, folks, if you watch the film versions, then please try and see the actual, concert version of the musicals as well. You won't regret it. I guarantee you will not regret it. Now, the only opposite to what I've been saying is that there is one musical that has had films made out of it that have actually been pretty good. And the one that's Phantom. Now, Phantom has had a few different film releases over the last sort of 20 years, maybe. And the one that most people have probably seen is the one with Emily Rossum and Gerard Butler. Gerard Butler got a lot of slating again for how he played the Phantom in that. I really liked him. I thought it was really good. He's not the best singer in the world, but I think he was pretty darn good, and he held his own, definitely. So well played, Gerard. Not that you're ever going to watch this, but still. And I like him as an actor anyway. The Phantom had a few good movie versions made. It had that one. It also had some really dark ones about following the Phantom's life and things, and just honestly, folks, Phantom's a brilliant musical anyway, so if you can see it live, see it live. It's amazing live. But also it has probably the best movie adaptation. It's really good, the movie one, so I can recommend it. I mean, there's some that kind of are difficult to categorise. For example, Rent. Now, Rent was another good one that started as a musical on the stage, or it actually classed itself as a rock opera. It's the same thing, it's a musical. But it started like that, and then it transitioned into a film. The film was fantastic. Again, if you haven't seen Rent, go see Rent, or buy the DVD, or the Blu-ray, or whatever. It's fantastic, it's Rent. That's kind of a mid-ground one, because the movie now is probably a bit bigger than the stage show, I would say. I could be wrong on that. But yeah, that was my little rant, folks, that unfortunately some of the movie versions or the film versions of musicals are just not up to par. And it frustrates me, because I'm a big theatre goer. I like the theatre. I don't know why I'm sitting here and ranting. I'm doing a lot of this, folks, just to try and get used to doing the vlogs and stuff. So, yeah, I was Necroscope. This was a green screen, and I'll see you probably in a few days' time when I go off and rant about something else that you ain't really bothered about. Damn.